Hello and welcome back to Online Darts, and here we are. It's another busy week in the darting world as the Premier League Roadshow carries on night 2 in Cardiff. But before we get there, let's rewind. Let's go back to night 1, and it was delight for Chris Dobey on opening night in Belfast. Hollywood was the last man to book his place in the Premier League by sealing that Masters win, and it was some week for the man from the northeast, Hollywood, clinching the title. But let's run you through the key points. First of all, Dimitri Bergh, very impressive, beating Jonny Clayton. Jonny Clayton averaged a ton, didn't do a lot wrong in fairness, but Dimitri played some really good stuff. And then Michael Smith lost to Michael van Gerwen in a repeat of the World Final. MVG averaging over 102. Bully Boy missed 3 clear darts at tops at a key time and paid the price. And MVG didn't give him a second go from there. Then Peter Wright lost with 103, almost 104 average to Chris Dobey, but Dobey doing the right things at the right times. And then Nathan Aspinall edging out Gerwyn Price 6-4. And again, Gezi didn't really look at the races, if I'm being completely honest. But then semi-finals, Dimitri Bergh losing to Michael van Gerwen with 106 average. MVG made that look pedestrian as well. And then Chris Dobey edged out Nathan Aspinall. And then in the final, delight for Dobey, we had a 160 finish to win the whole game. We had a 170 big fish from him. And he tops the table after 1 week. But we don't look at the table too much, do we, after just 1 week of action? So we move on to the Welsh capital, Cardiff. Always a special night on the darting calendar. The Welsh love this night. It's the only night of darts they've got, and you can see the games going across the bottom of the screen there. So what's going to happen in Cardiff? Time will tell. But before we go there, a few of the betting odds and things like that. Michael van Gerwen is the 2-1 favourite to win the night outright. Second favourite, Michael Smith at 10-3. Gerwyn Price, 5s. Peter Wright, 11-2. Then there's a big gap. Jonny Clayton, 11-1. Might be a bit of value there. Dimitri, 14s, along with Nathan Aspinall and Chris Dobey. So Michael van Gerwen is the big favourite in that one. And of course, to win the Premier League outright, still Michael van Gerwen is the short 15-8 favourite. Michael Smith 7-2. So the bookie's still thinking the big green machine, Michael van Gerwen, will get the job done. Right, let's run you through the games and see what potentially could happen in Cardiff. So first of all, it is Jonny Clayton taking on the world champion Michael Smith. And look, it's always a special night for the Welsh pair when they go back to Cardiff. They get an unbelievable reception, and Jonny going on first. The place is going to be electric for that one. And look, he lost last week to Dimitri, but he averaged over a ton. The Clayton game is slowly getting back there, slowly getting back to what we think it should be and what he produced in 2021. Look, it's a tough assignment against the world number 1 and reigning world champion. But look, I think the home support may get Jonny Clayton through this game. I'm going to edge the Ferret just on home support alone. I'm going to go 6-4 to the Ferret. Then Nathan Aspinall takes on Peter Wright. Look, Aspinall got to the semi-final and ran out a little bit of steam, to be fair. Look, I think Peter Wright is playing some very good darts right now. Although he lost opening round last week, the average was superb. And you look at all the stats and you're thinking, how has Peter Wright lost this game? Look, I think he gets the better of Aspinall, and there's encouraging signs for Peter Wright fans right now. Snakebite doing a lot of good work on that dartboard. And I think he beats Aspinall. I'm going to go 6-3 to Snakey, producing what he produced last week and keeping the same set of darts, which he says he's going to do. He's made his mind up that he is happy with those. Time will tell, I know. And then Gerwyn Price taking on Chris Dobey, last week's winner. Look, there's question marks around Gerwyn Price right now. Didn't really look at the races last week, and his whole demeanour is almost as if he's fallen out of love with the sport. Obviously, the ear defenders have been banned as well, so we can't go back to them. But look, I think he comes alive in Cardiff. I just think that home atmosphere, that home support, they will love him, and I think they will drag him through in this one as well. So I'm going to go for Gerwyn Price to edge out Chris Dobey, but that's not on form or anything like that. I just think the Welsh support could get him through in this one. And then it's a repeat of the semi-final from last week. Michael van Gerwen taking on Dimitri Bergh. Look, I think MVG's got Dimitri's number at the moment. Smashed him at the World, smashed him again last week. I think MVG comes through this one. I'm going to go 6-3, maybe 6-4 if Dimitri plays well. But looking at it as a whole, who do I think is then going to go on and potentially win the night in Cardiff? Look, I think the Ferret is going to get through the top half. I just think that home support is going to drag the Welshman into the final, where I think he is going to play Michael van Gerwen, 2 finals in a row for MVG. I'm going to go, am I? Yeah, I'm going to go for an MVG win just, but I can make a real case for Jonny Clayton just on Welsh support alone, because it is going to be a cauldron of noise in Cardiff, that is for sure. Comment below your score predictions. Who do you think is going to get the job done in Cardiff this week? Remember, Chris Dobey tops the table at the moment. I'm not going to look into that too much. It's only night number 1, but he has got a cool 10 bags in his back pocket for that win. Remember, the Pro Tour returns this week as well, so the players will be going straight in to Pro Tour action as well. So these guys may have a little bit of advantage over the rest. The fact they've had a few games under their belt this year as well. They'll all be off to Barnsley for this one. Of course, we will be in Cardiff as always, bringing you up to date with the winners and as it happens here at Online Darts. If you haven't yet, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. I've been Phill Bars. The World Seniors as well returns. We'll have a preview going up for that as well. I'll join Jack and Boise at the Circus Tavern from the Friday. So make sure you give us thumbs up and subscribe to here at Online Darts. We've got you covered for all the darting action here this weekend.